Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Today is something completely different than what I would normally do, but it really gets on my nerves and I want to see what kind of difference it makes. So this is the throttle body, and these coolant lines run directly to this water neck, which means as hot as this water is in the radiator, that's how hot the air is incoming into your intake. And if you ask me, I don't know what their plan was. I don't know if they wanted to try and cool the water a little more by having it run through here, or if they thought running hot water to it was a good idea. I have no idea. But I'm bypassing these today because I've used my temp gun and got a temperature reading from my throttle body after driving it, and it was 150 degrees. And that's not right. I mean, this is the plug for the MAF with the integrated inlet air temperature sensor, and it gets a good reading. I mean, the air as it's coming through the box isn't very hot. I mean, it's usually around 90 degrees. That's not bad. But what the motor is actually getting is way hotter. So I think by bypassing these and keeping the throttle body cooler, I might actually increase maybe a little performance, maybe a little better fuel economy, who knows. But we're going to find out, because I'm about to bypass these and let you know what happens, what comes of it. But first we got to take this off. And to remove it, I already undid the plug. Just take out these bolts. You may want to get new gaskets before you do this. I've got one just in case. And I've also installed a throttle body spacer. I didn't make a video on it because it's kind of, it was a ghetto cheapie, and the installation might be a little different from one you may get. But it has definitely improved my throttle response. And take off as far as that goes. And if someone comments that they want to see the installation on that, I'll go back through it and do it again. It's no big deal. You know, from the beginning, the whole thing, because you're about to see the uninstallation and probably reinstallation here, but that's just the throttle body spacer. Let me know. And I did I changed my oil, I changed my transmission fluid, some little stuff that I didn't film, I didn't put on my channel. I've been really busy at our new house, so my apologies. I really need to put more videos out there. I got updates on my wheels. They do rub. They rub bad. I've already done a lot of cutting. They still rub. Okay, I cracked the radiator cap just as a tip. You might want to do that to relieve pressure from the system. So when you take the hoses off, it doesn't try to spray. They are going to leak, but if you've let the pressure off, they won't spray at you. Okay, see, my gasket's still good. I didn't damage it. So I'm just going to set this aside. All right, the only thing holding this is the hoses right now. Had a visit last week from my older brother and my uncle. We were talking about this. My uncle and I were talking about this and how we both agree it's a pretty stupid idea. I don't know what they were thinking. But if you're one of the engineers and you get offended, let me know what your thoughts were. You can cut these and get them out of your way, but I'm going to try and just pop them off. I don't like hacking at stuff. There we go. Got that one moving, so it should pop off now. All right, like I said, there's water in here, so it's gonna leak. Dang it. Let's see if I can prop it up so it won't. There we go. This, the long one, I guess you'd say the one closest to the driver's side, the one on the right, from where I'm standing now. That's the one that's going to come off. And I think this one's bent just about right to where it'll just loop over and plug onto that. I may have to shorten it a little bit. We'll see. But you can just cap them too. You could just remove both the hoses completely, put a cap on them and a clamp, and be all right. But I think bypassing it and keeping that little area right there, keeping the water moving through that, would reduce pressure in the system. That's just me. Come on. Find something to stick in this real quick. Here we go. Perfect. See what I just did? Genius. Alright, I'm going to grab a couple paper towels to shove around here so when I remove this hose, it doesn't get everything soaked. You can never get them twisted, you know, break all that loose, whatever is holding on there for being there forever, they'll come off real easy. Try to do this slow so I don't make a mess. Pretty good at making a mess. Alright, and this is lower than the top of the radiator, so I'm going to have to stick this hose on pretty quick. Making a pretty good mess. Aren't you proud of me? Alright, I got my thumb over this one that I just removed on the right, my right side. And I'm going to bend this one over and stick it on and see if that's going to work. Yep, I think that's going to work just fine. But like I said, we'll have to put the throttle body back on and see if it's in the way. And now I got coolant all over my belts. That's great. I don't think there's a kink in it. Looks like that's going to be okay. But I'm going to get this side clamped, and then I'm going to move the other side around so the hose isn't twisted in a bind. Slid this clamp up. I'll break this side loose and just see. See, now the hose is going to sit where it's comfortable. There we go. Now I'll put the clamp back down. Alright, let me grab a couple more rags and then we'll hold the throttle body up here and see if that's going to conflict with it or anything. All right, let's see what we got. Once it's bolted in, it won't even be touching it. Looks like it might have a little kink. But I can live with that. If any water flows through there at all, it's going to be just fine. It's bypassed anyway. Never tighten them all the way down till you get them all in. And if you go back a couple videos, you'll see how to remove the air box. Pay attention to this little hose back here, coming off and going back on. But I'll walk you through that step by step on my video of modifying the air box. See, and these don't even need caps really, because there's only supposed to be water in there. So there's no suction, there's no anything going on. But for peace of mind, if you wanted to, you could cap those off with something. But it's not necessary. And I can tell you already, I'm probably going to end up capping these off. I don't think I'm liking the whole bypass here. It looks like it's got a kink to it. But we'll see. Like I said, it's not going to affect anything. Alright, plug the throttle body back in. And I'm not going to bore you for the rest. And like I said, if you need to see how to take the intake off and put it back on, it's in my other video. And if you want to see the oil changes and the transmission fluid changes and stuff like that that I didn't film, because I drive this truck so much, I easily put 5,000 miles on it each month. So I'll be doing a lot of oil changes. But changing the oil on this is the same as changing the oil on anything else. But a transmission fluid change, that's a little bit different. And because I don't know this vehicle, I may do it again pretty soon. So if you want to see that, just drop a comment below. And the next time I do it, I'll be sure and put it on my channel. But other than that, I won't bore you with the rest. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.